Ladies and gentlemen, seekers of truth and knowledge, welcome to a one-of-a-kind experience that will take you on a captivating journey beyond our world. Today, we have a special treat for you as we sit down with the renowned Andromedan Contactee Alex Collier. Prepare yourself for a rapid-fire question and answer session that delves into the depths of cosmic wisdom and unveils the mysteries of the universe. As always, please remember to like this video and share it with your friends and family. That way, it gets seen by more truth seekers. So, without further ado, here are today's rapid-fire questions and answers.
Is the really loud ringing in our ears to do with the rising vibrations of the Earth, as it has increased threefold over the last 2 years?
Wow, that was a short question. I was just getting comfortable because they're usually paragraphs. It is not only the Earth, it is also the galaxy. We commonly make the mistake of not realizing that we are a planet, but we are also in a solar system that is moving through the galaxy. So our solar system is traveling, as our solar system is traveling through the galaxy, we are moving through different areas of our galaxy. And there is sound, there is frequency, there is resonance, there is light. And as we're doing this and our solar system is doing what its dance, what we're hearing is not just the sound of the planet, but the sound of the galaxy. We're not separated from it. We just, because we have been trained to not think about it, it's been out of sight, out of mind. But now, because humanity's consciousness is more aware of life out there, the fact that there is a presence out there, and that presence is here to help, assist, and mentor, we are now aware of more of our space. And that is why we're hearing these different frequencies. Um, I think the loudest frequency is the note G, the musical note G. And I have been told that there would be other notes that are coming that we will begin to hear as well. And what's really interesting is that, and I'm going to have to go back in my notes for this. There is a guy or a person who can take your DNA and he can convert the sound of your DNA into musical notes. He has this process of doing that. And because every one of us is a song. And that's why I say to you, can you hear your frequency? Do you know your own frequency? Because it's a song, it's music. Your music. I'm going to have to go back and find that. I have those notes somewhere. Um, some of you are going through some of the old webinars and some of the old lectures I've done. I've mentioned it in there, and if you come across it, please, let James or JP know and forward that back to me, and we can explore that together some more. But that's a fact. We are music. I mean, like I said, if you look at the body under an electron microscope, you're light. Well, what is light? It's frequency. It's frequency. Remember Tesla said 369. 369. Guys, we're awesome. We are awesome. We are so awesome. We're going to be floored. we are going to be floored as to who we are, what we are, and then we're going to be embarrassed about how we've treated each other once we know who we are. We're really going to have to get our shit together. I mean, it's going to be demanded we get our shit together. And we will want to once we realize the potential that each one of us has.
Hi, Alex. I would love to get your perspective in regards to the conversation around the use of alcohol and recreational drugs. To what extent might they pose an interference with one's spiritual clarity in navigating through challenging times such as these? I've just been pondering this. Many thanks, Stephanie.
Okay, well, I know that there are some extraterrestrial races who have used substances um, for clarity, for pleasure. Um, Cannabis is not native to this planet. It's not. And it was brought here. And it's interesting that, every single human being has the cannabis receptors in our bodies. And our physical bodies represent 22 other different races. So my perspective is moderation, moderation, moderation. If you're going to do it every day, in every way, you're going to lose yourself, and you are going to weaken your aura to such an extent that you could find yourself picking up hitchhikers. And what I'm talking about are spirits who will feed off your energy. And at some point, they will fuck with your mind. They will screw with your head. And you'll become someone else. But in moderation, I don't believe it's a bad thing at all. Not at all. As long as you're in control, you know? So that's my take on it. I should probably drink. I don't drink. I tease about it and stuff, but I haven't had a drink in forever. I've even been accused of being an alcoholic because of a character, because of a bantering he and I had with an interview that we did when I was in Tucson the last time I saw him. I was holding a Coke and I was pretending it was a rum and Coke, and Collier's an alcoholic. And, oh my God, you know, guys, you got to have a sense of humor. How do you live on this planet without a sense of humor? I can't imagine you not having a sense of humor. Well, have one with me as well, please, and each other. Sometimes shit happens and it's really funny, and it's okay to enjoy it. So again, moderation, moderation. Um, Pleasure is part of being a being, a spiritual being. You know, it's just love is an expression of pleasure, and it's experienced as a pleasure. Joy, humor, laughter. Those things they make your body feel good. Um, I know some people who will take a toke and they go into a zone and they're like, wow, they're cosmic. They start pulling down information that is like, dude, where did you get that? You know, I don't do any of that stuff. I don't necessarily need to, but there have been many times I wanted to have a drink and I just didn't do it. Which is why probably my body just has had the challenges because of the stress. I was the oldest of 11, and I just had to learn to swallow the stress. because everything was put on me because both my folks worked. So it hasn't been easy. It's not been easy. And many of us have gone through that. The oldest usually always has additional responsibilities. The middle child's the rebel. They're the shit stirrers. And then there's the youngest, who's usually spoiled, but they benefited from all the experience that they've seen their siblings go through. So they hit the ground running. It's interesting how that works.
You have mentioned in the past about the Basque language being from off-world. Are there any other languages from off-world, as I believe no other country speaks Maori, as in New Zealand? I have heard that's because we originated from Lemuria. Is this true? Asks Judy with 20 votes.
Every language on this planet was brought here. The Sumerians, the Chaldeans, I believe even the Babylonians, talk about a time where all of humanity spoke one language. And that was probably an Anunnaki Orion dialect. That the language that is the most similar to that would be known as German today. But there was a time where humanity was very united. And there was a time where we began to rebel against the Anunnaki because we were tired of being treated like shit. So it was decided at that time to separate humanity, to divide us, take us to different parts on the planet and then create our own cultures and to change the language. And that's what they did. They didn't create a language. They used languages they already knew. And what they did was they decided, okay, this group will learn this language, that one, this one, etc., etc., etc. They already knew the languages because they're all off-world. And the languages became our own, and then they were bastardized, and then they were, turned into something else, and through generation after generation after generation, the original root language was forgotten, but nonetheless, it maintained some of its originality, and that's where we are today. That's one of those other things that we're going to be finding out about. That not only do we represent extraterrestrials, we speak an extraterrestrial language. We do. It's not the original root language, but we do speak ET. So, for those knuckleheads who say there is no life out there, they're telling you that in an extraterrestrial language that there is no ET life out there. Hence my frustration. All these years.
Hi, Alex. You mentioned before that the Mayan civilization was taken off planet by a group of ETs. I have heard they are part of the secret space program. Do you have any info on this topic or the ET race that removed them from this planet?
I am not aware of them being part of the Space Force. I have been told that that particular that wow, RGF, you asked really good questions. You caught me off guard with that. I do not know what to say well, shit. They're part of the alliance, and it is my understanding that they were taken to Altair, and then from there, um, some of some of their uh, some of their civilization uh, has become part of other civilizations. They're very, very strong and beautiful people. The Star Nation that removed them did so for benevolent reasons, and it is a Star Nation we would all recognize. It does not, that Star Nation does not start with an A, but it does start with a P. So that's all I can say at this moment, because there are other contactees who are just now beginning to come out and talk. They're learning the ropes, and if they're not just starting to come out, they want to come out. They're a little nervous about doing this, and there are at least two of them who have very, very specific information about this, and it's their lane, their story, it's their experience. And let's just say I'm not going to take that away from them, because they deserve that. That's their lane, and all I'm doing is I'm trying to help. I'm trying to assist them to get to the place where they're comfortable talking about this, um, to people, to crowds. And you know, James and I and JP, we've talked about having other speakers share this time with you. And what we've talked about is bringing some of these speakers and getting them off the ground and allowing them to share their story, so that different parts of our civilization can identify with their physical origins. Um, you asked that question way too soon. Anyway, that information is forthcoming, and it'll probably be early next year. Okay, let me just say that. We will be introducing you to people who are in fact contactees, who have their story. And the idea is to, this is not about me, this is about all of us. You understand? This is about all of us. I'm just the bridge. That's all I've been, is I'm just the bridge. And now there are others who will be taking over and moving humanity forward to the next level. And we hope to help you meet some of these folks. Okay?
Megan Rose speaks about the Black Goo that is the remnant of the Orion Nebula AI that has been dismantled. Apparently, it's what the AI used to connect our trauma points in our brains to cause more trauma in our lives. Do you think the Black Goo somehow acts as humanity's mass consciousness? Blessings and thanks, Alex.
No, I do not. I do not believe that it acts as humanity's mass consciousness. I think stupidity does. And I don't say that lightly. Um, we haven't been paying attention, and therefore we were taken advantage of. we have been misdirected, inverted, and then perverted and taken advantage of. The Black Goo is essentially an extraterrestrial software. What that does to the human body is it attaches to the nervous system, which is where the soul attaches. And what it does is and it's a software. And what it does is it separates the soul from the nervous system, which literally means that there comes a moment where the soul detaches from the physical body. And then the consciousness realizes it can no longer feel God. That is something that's going to be dealt with. That is not a med bed issue, but that is something that's going to be dealt with. And I do not have the particulars on that. Fortunately, there aren't billions of people that have that issue. But there are in the low millions on this planet that have that issue. The soul is still there, but they really cannot actually feel the body because the AI is in the way. The goo is in the way. And that's a very complicated issue. And it will be an issue that is going to be addressed. The military is fully aware of it. The alliances are fully aware of it. And it's just, another dark thing that's been thrown at humanity. You see, the controllers, the dark side, the regressives, they act like they hate us, but they really don't. You see, they're jealous. They are freaking jealous of us because we can do things they can't do. We have so much power and so unaware of it that they look at us with disdain. They can't believe we don't understand. But they're actually jealous of us because we can do these things, which is why they want to control and manipulate and have us create a reality, a jail, a self-imposed jail that they can control. Because if we ever woke up, that jail's gone. It just disintegrates. And then we see them. You see, then we see them. And they're terrified of us. Or they have been. They have been terrified of us. And they got the idea, well, if we can assimilate their bodily fluids, maybe we can become like them. And that was never going to, they would have a brief buzz. But no, they were never meant to do what we could do because they're not us. They're not us. That's a real dark lane. Whoever asked that question, that's a real dark lane. And right now, that's all I want to say on that. Maybe in the future we can address that again. But there's so many other things to talk about. But I've given you the foundational piece on that. And the groups, the organizations, the beings that discovered that, they tested it out on us, you see. And they've been testing it out on us. And again, it's that group at the top, that dark, demonic, sinister, some bitches at the top who have been doing this to us.
Do you have any information on the Raptor race that Kerry Cassidy talked about with Captain Mark Richards and the U.S. Navy?
They're part of the alliance, and again, that is someone else's lane. But I am aware they are part of the alliance. They haven't always been friendly with humanity, but they have come to understand us, and on multiple levels, they've learned to respect what we are and who we are able to become. And they understand that it only benefits them if we can, in fact, reach our own potential, our full potential. But that's somebody else's lane, and I'm not going to go there. But that. Well, you know, Carrie's a fantastic researcher and interviewer, and that's her lane, and Captain Richards as well. That's their lane, you know. So I'm going to leave it there.
Hi, Alex. What exactly are the Archons? I thought they were a reptilian race before, but some others said they're malevolent spirits, or is it a mixture of both?
They are a collection of regressive races that are controlled and manipulated by an Orion AI system. The very same system the Alliance and the Galactic Federations and other groups want to completely dismantle and destroy. And they are, in fact, in hot pursuit of doing just that. They are not a single race. Some of them are multidimensional, and what I mean by that is they can move from 3 into very low 4th density, just out of our peripheral, our visual peripheral, vision sight. But nonetheless, they have a physicality, a real genuine physicality. And they are a group that acts without any compassion whatsoever. And are virtually devoid of emotion. They just focus on the mission, whatever they're told to do, however they're told to act. So that's what I know about them.
There you have it, fellow truth seekers. An enlightening and exhilarating rapid-fire question and answer session with the remarkable Alex Collier, sharing his profound encounters with the benevolent Andromedan extraterrestrial beings. As we continue on our cosmic journey, let us embrace the wisdom of the Andromedans and carry their message of love, unity, and compassion with us. Together, we can create a world where humanity stands united, ready to embrace the wonders that await us in the vast expanse of the universe. If you found this rapid-fire question and answer session fascinating, don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with your friends and family. Subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on more captivating content like this. Thank you for joining us on this incredible adventure. Until next time, may the stars guide you on your path of enlightenment and exploration, and remember to always seek knowledge and stay curious. If you would like to see Andromedan Contactee Alex Collier live via video stream, we host an online seminar 3 times a month on a Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. For more information and dates of upcoming online seminars, please visit alexcollier.org. Please click on one of the above videos to seek more of Alex Collier's knowledge.